Hello everyone and welcome back to my playthrough of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Last time we continued through the Shadowlands of Kashyyyk and basically did a bunch of side quests with some Wookiees, getting revenge. Mandalorians killed Wookiees in the area, helped Freyr take back his, his, I don't want to say his throne, but his status as chieftain by overthrowing his slaver son. And redeeming Zalbar in the process. We also managed to get the star map after finding a computer that gave us a bit of a test, behavioral test, I guess. I guess it cared more about logic than morality. I guess more dark side than light side. So, I guess it's a subtle hint that whatever the Starforge is, it's probably not a good thing. Probably not a light side thing. So, we made our way back to the Wookiee city, town, settlement, whatever you want to call it. We do have a couple of outstanding quests. So we need to go back and talk to Eli with the robot head. That's fine. The Wookiee loss, I don't remember. He was the... I don't remember who we turned this into. We just give it to Freyr? I encountered some Mandalorian hunters in the Shadowlands. I'm surprised that such a thing escaped my attention. Was their camouflage so great, or was I simply too struck by grief to see anything? If more are encountered, we'll deal with them in short order. My people will never be weak again. I saw a strange computer in the Shadowlands. Yes, I remember seeing it during my exile. It wouldn't do much for me. I imagine it's some Zerka cast-off. It's older than the forest. It created the trees. You're saying nonsense. I'm not sure why you would have made this jest, but I would ask that you stop. These are difficult times. I don't want you threatening our traditions while I'm trying to unite my people under them. I will investigate your claims at a more appropriate time. Until then, don't speak of this again. Oh, whoops. Okay, so I need to find the Wookiee to give that datapad to. Unfortunately, every Wookiee is just called Wookiee, so I don't think this is the right way. How do we get out of here? Great Walkway, home of Wurwill, holder of laws. I guess maybe we could talk to these guys. I don't think I was able to do this last time. Jark. What is it you want, outsider? You're not welcome here, no matter what anyone says. Do you recognize this bowcaster bolt casing? The casing is mine. It bears my family runes and markings for each of the creatures I've killed.
This will end in sadness. Don't say I didn't warn you.
You did? Where'd you get that, outsider? Did you have someone steal it? Have you sunk to petty theft now? I found it on Rorwar's corpse. You killed him, didn't you? What? What are you talking about? I warn you, outsider, I won't tolerate your lies in my home. Can you explain why your bowcaster casing was found on his body? What's going on, jerk? What are they talking about? Nothing. Outsider lies. Do not listen to them, Wurwill. Rorwar was dealing with the slavers. I found his datapad. No, don't say anything else. I can't let you. I killed Rorwar. Tell Wurrnzor, holder of the laws, he will judge me. Please, say nothing to Wurwill. Let a trial call me guilty. Let me be the monster, not Rorwar. Tell Wurrnzor, holder of the laws, in the home east of here. Okay. Wurrnzor? The funny thing is, I think we came by this way last time, but we couldn't get into any of these houses. Holder of laws. Worsnor. Hello, outsider. I heard of your arrival. I trust you won't cause trouble in our village. We don't want bloodshed. Do you know who owns this bolt casing? Let's see if the family insignia is there. Yes, there it is. This belongs to Jarek. How did you get it? I found Jarek's bolt casing on Rorwar's corpse. Oh my, that is very distressing. It definitely seems to suggest that Jarek helped in Rorwar's death. I can't ignore this. Wait here, outsider. I must address this. I will have Jarek brought here. And I hope you can explain this. I really do. Jarek, you know why you have been summoned here? As a holder of laws, I ask you to explain. I won't answer. I can't. Worsnor, must Warwol be here? Warwol has a bond with Rorwar. He's the closest family that can be found. He's entitled to be here. Jarek, please speak. If you're guilty, it means death. The outsider will be given your possessions. Do you want that? Jarek, won't you say anything in your own defense? I killed Rorwar. I will accept whatever punishment is given. It's better if only my honor is tainted. You did do it. Why? Rorwar was good and honorable. Why did you kill him? You only need to know that I did it. The reason is unimportant. Rorwar, I'm sorry. Jarek, I won't let you do this. Rorwar was dealing with slavers. What? What are you talking about? Liar! Please, don't tell them anything. Rorwar was admired. They need to believe in him. I'm old. I'm not important. Let Warwol and the others have their hero. No, I won't let this happen. Explain yourself, outsider. If you have information that will affect this trial, I must know it. Don't listen to these outsider lies. Please. Warwol, don't listen. Rorwar dealt with slavers. The datapad I found on his corpse proves it. But, no. No, that's not... That can't be. Jarek, it can't be! I'm sorry, Warwol. I didn't want you to know. So much is against us. You need someone to look up to. I couldn't let him betray you. Betray everyone. Outsiders are enough of a threat by themselves. We don't need traitors of our own.
A painful end, but perhaps it is the right thing to do. We shall see.
Well, as holder of the laws, I declare Jarek innocent. I will see to your release. Well, I must say that you are the first outsider that I've been glad to know. You have surprised me. Perhaps some of you are capable of honor after all. You are deserving of your reward. Can I ask you if anything is happening now? Nothing that you can help with. Rorwar's crime is causing a bit of a stir, but it will pass in time. Some of us will be disappointed in him. But we have other enemies to worry about. Okay, goodbye to you. Baka guide you. Okay, and then we only have this one, Honest Debt, which will be back at the main, like back by the hangar area. Oh, what's this? Forgive me for the intrusion, human. My name is Seni Vek. I believe you dropped this datapad, and I wish to return it to you. I didn't drop anything. I'm certain you did, human. Please, take the datapad. It's yours. I'm sure. What is this, some kind of con game? No, this is no game. I simply saw you drop this datapad, and I wish to give it back to you. Fine, thanks. My pleasure, human. You should examine it to make sure it's not broken. Goodbye, human. Okay. This datapack contains a single short cryptic message. The Genoharadan say to see Hulas on Manan. Come alone or not at all. Okay. Thanks. Anyway. No, I'm going the wrong way. You threw me off, buddy. Oh. There's an uprising. Down with Zerka! Are there remains? Nope, does not look like it. Nice, level up again. Does this mean that that vendor died? Yeah, I think he did. Do I have the quest anymore? Nope, quest is gone. I failed that quest. Well, what are you gonna do? That's fine. Again, we'll get to max level way before the end. Like, I'm already what, like level 13, and we're not even halfway through the game. All right, let's level up. Skills, we'll put in repair. Okay. Powers, we will do. Yeah, let's do some plague. I mean, I guess I can open these now, because no one's really going to say anything. Yep. All right. And these ones here, any one of these can open? Nope. All right, guys. And that's Kashyyyk done. Let's check in on our people.
Hey there, what can I do for you?
Security spike?
Sorry, I don't... Hey there.
Alright, what about your brother?
Don't worry. I won't let the search for Griff get in the way of...
Oh, never mind then.
Okay.
Maybe we need to travel somewhere first.
Yeah, what do you want?
I was wondering if you had any more war stories.
You want another war story, huh? You want to hear about some other world getting wasted, eh? I knew you were the type. Your stagnant republic has never seen some of the strange creatures and races we fought on the Outer Rim in those years. And you never will now.
Where did you fight this time?
We were going through the asteroid fields of the Crispin system at the very edge of the galaxy, playing with the pirates and smugglers we found there. The main belt in the Crispin system consists of mainly small rocks covered in frozen methane gas shells, and the pirates were using them for cover. Ha! I remember using a thermal generator to cause the outer layer of one of the asteroids to vaporize in a picosecond. It blew out and shredded the 3 smugglers using it for cover. But that was a mistake.
Did it backfire?
The asteroid I had targeted was smaller than most, maybe a dozen meters on a side. On the outside, it looked the same as any other. Just a ball covered in frozen gas. But something must have been inside it. Something inactive, in the cold. The heat of my blast might have triggered something, or woken something up. After I'd hit it, spots of light and heat appeared all over the thin shell, still covering it, evaporating the gases. What lay underneath looked like some sort of rocky growth. A deformed rock, pitted by scores of micrometeorite scars. I think something even older might have been inside that.
An asteroid?
Maybe, but maybe not. It started rotating faster and faster as we watched it. After a second, it started spraying fire, thermal projectiles that melted our armor like wax. We were caught completely by surprise. Before we could counterattack, it fled at an incredible speed.
A ship?
We couldn't catch it, but we could follow its hyperspace wake. We followed its trail as far as we could, heading away from the galactic core. When it finally led beyond the edge of our galaxy, we abandoned our efforts. Anything that wants to commit suicide in that great void is not worth our trouble trying to catch. That's the only story I have for now. I'll tell you some more stuff later if we get the chance. Is there something else you want to know?
No.
Your choice. I'm here if you want something done right.
Mm-hmm. Oh, do we have any more gems or no? I don't think we do. We do. Oh, what did I put in? I can't even see what they are. Oh, I just highlight them. Attack bonus +1. Damage bonus energy 1d6. I mean, why not? And this one, attack bonus 3. And then the short one, we'll do attack bonus 1. And that's all we have for now. Can't upgrade my armor, unfortunately. We might as well upgrade Calo Nord's. Give it to someone else to wear. Alright. What else we got? No one here. No one here. Got Zalbar. Have anything more to say about yourself, Zalbar? You have seen more than I would have allowed, and taught me some things too. I'm grateful for that. It'll be a while before I know what my role will be in making Kashyyyk truly free. I have a lot to learn. Why did you request to take Baka's sword? I'm not really sure I know. Father expects much of me. I guess I do as well. I think when I've learned enough, I'll bring him back to Kashyyyk. And then, what happens then, we'll see. I'm sorry we can't stay on Kashyyyk longer. You and I have important things to do, and I don't feel bad about leaving this time. I know I'll be welcomed back. I wish you well. Let's get going. I will follow. Juhani!
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan?
I was wondering if we could talk.
What is it you would like to speak to me about?
What are you thinking now? Or you know, how did you become to be a Jedi?
How I came to be a Jedi? I am sure you would not find it very interesting. Are you sure you would like to hear?
I asked, didn't I? Yeah.
Well, it goes back a number of years. Back on my homeworld, we did not see Jedi very often, especially where I lived.
And where did you live?
The hind end of space. A pit of a world, to be sure, where Jedi rarely tread. But we had heard of them. Well, Everyone had, so that is not to be unexpected. Champions of truth, defenders of justice, heroes of the Republic. It was very easy for a child to be enthralled by their image, their mystique. Maybe I was one of those children.
Did you meet a Jedi?
Yes. Yes, I did. When I saw a Jedi for the first time, they lived up to everything my imagination had created them to be. I was awed, and maybe a little enamored.
Enamored?
They were quite striking, especially the tales of their leader. From that moment on, I knew that I would have to try to become a Jedi, to lift myself out of the rut I had been living in for years, and to make a real difference, as the Jedi were. The foolish delusions of a child. But this child made it happen. As soon as I was able, I left my world and went in search of them. I found them and was accepted. I had been living my dream on Dantooine for several years before you came, although perhaps I was not entirely ready for it, or not completely suited to the task. Otherwise, I would not have fallen. But thanks to you, I have been redeemed. Perhaps I may yet live to see that dream of mine come true. Come, there is much we should do. Let us not waste time talking. Action is what is needed.
Sure. Alright, T3M4 has no real story, from what it seems, from my interactions with him. Whatever. Bastila.
How can I help?
You wanted to speak to me?
Yes, I did. I wanted to speak to you about our mission and what lies ahead for us. It seems fate, or the Force, is driving us into a confrontation with the Dark Lord. You must prepare yourself for when we face Malak. The confrontation will be difficult for you. I remember how hard it was when I first faced Revan.
Is it true you killed Darth Revan?
It's true that due to my battle meditation, I was with the Jedi strike team that boarded Revan's ship. We did not kill Revan, however.
That's not what I heard.
Our mission was to capture Revan if possible. It was Malak who turned on his own master, firing upon Revan's ship while we were still on board it. It was his desire to kill us and his master both. Thankfully, we narrowly escaped the vessel as it exploded.
So Malak did your job for you.
As I said, we were there to capture Revan alive. The Jedi do not believe in killing their prisoners. No one deserves execution, no matter what their crimes. Remember that Revan and Malak were once great Jedi, heroes in every sense of the word. They demonstrate the danger of the dark side to us all. I'm sorry, we really shouldn't speak of this anymore. The memory of my confrontation with Revan is painful. Let's return to the mission, please.
Yeah, it's understandable. Yo, Karth.
Yes, what's on your mind?
We didn't end our last discussion very well. Or you know what? Do you want to talk? You got pretty upset last time we spoke.
Well, I'm not very good at this. I know I owe you an apology. More than one, probably. I was just so desperate to finally face Saul directly in the battle over Terrace. And now the Jedi have us looking for these star maps. I know this mission is important, it's just, I feel a bit useless. I mean, I can fight, sure, but I'm no Jedi. All this feels completely out of my league.
And how does that excuse our actions?
Because
shit,
this is
wrong
more
one.
important. This may really finally make a
pressed the
difference.
wrong thing.
I suppose even if I can't figure out everything that's going on, I still want to help if I can. I just hate not knowing what's going on and feeling this helpless. But I shouldn't have taken that out on you. I've been a royal pain in the backside, haven't I?
Don't worry about it, Karth.
No, I do worry about it. I've traveled the lanes more than once. I should know better than this. So, I'm sorry. Will you accept my apology?
Only if you agree to work with me for once.
Done. Let's get underway then, shall we, partner?
Well, that ended well. Alright. On to the next planet. Not Dantooine. Let's go... Okay, so Manan is a ocean planet. Tatooine is a desert planet, and Korriban... Well, that's the Sith homeworld. Let's go to Manan. Another vision. Oh, this one looks like it's underwater. Lovely.
Another vision. The Force is guiding us, helping us retrace the steps of Malak and his old master, leading us ever closer to the Star Forge. It is strange that anyone would have built a star map here. The entire surface of Manon is covered by nothing but vast oceans.
It looks like the star map was underwater.
The ocean floor is vast, and much of it is uncharted, even by the native Selkath. But how could Revan and Malak have found their way down? No doubt things will become more clear once we discover the star map's location.
Indeed. Alright, so let's head out. I'm going to take Bastila, and Karth. Yes. The OG team. And
Ready.
They need to level. How is Karth more light side than Bastila? That's so funny.
You Republic people are so pathetic, sitting around groveling at the table scraps the galactic senators deign to give you. It makes me sick.
The senators work for the good of the whole galaxy, not for individual gain.
Ha! Don't make me laugh, you gutless simp. It's the destiny of weak-minded fools like you to be ruled over by the strong, like we Sith.
I'm warning you. Don't push me or you'll get just what you're asking for.
Try it. Just try it. I'd love to see you throw the first punch. And with all the cameras around, the Selkath would be all over you inside of 30 seconds. You break their laws. You pay the price, Republic scum. But I can see that you're not man enough to back up your words anyway. If you ever feel like relieving yourself of your worthless existence, feel free to come by our enclave here. We have many, many ways to fulfill your wish.
Yeah, what are you... Oh, I apologize, Master Jedi. I should not have been rude.
It's alright.
No, really, I should apologize. I should try to control myself, as you Jedi do. Is there anything I can help you with?
Why did the Sith upset you so much?
Well, these damn Sith are everywhere on Manon, pushing us Republic citizens around, trying to goad us into breaking the law somewhere.
Breaking the law?
Yeah, the Selkath want to maintain their neutrality in this war we're fighting with the Sith, and they enforce it very strictly. So we just have to sit here and let the Sith insult us, and we can't raise a hand against them. Otherwise, the Republic will face severe KOTOR export restrictions, and that could lose us the war altogether.
What's KOTOR?
You're joking, right? I'm sorry, but everyone knows what KOTOR is. It's the most powerful healing agent in the galaxy. I would have died several times myself if we didn't have this stuff handy. But the reason it's important here is that KOTOR is only found naturally on Manon, and all of our attempts to synthesize it have failed miserably. So, we sit here on the surface, the Selkath harvesting what KOTOR bubbles up from the bottom of the ocean, and we buy it from them. Well, us and the Sith, of course. The Selkath don't want to play favorites.
Mm-hmm. So the Republic and Sith both stay here?
The Selkath think that by staying neutral, they can play both sides, selling KOTOR to everyone that needs it, and making themselves too valuable to be worth conquering. Well, that, and they threaten to destroy the only natural source of Kolto on the planet if anyone tries to attack them. But I think they're underestimating the length the Sith will go to get what they want. They're probably planning something already. Is there anything else you require?
Have you seen an ancient star map?
A star map? Like an ancient artifact or something? No, I'm sorry, I've never heard of it. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Tell me about Ato City.
It's big. Real big. Actually, it's pretty much the only real city on the entire world. The only place for us air breathers, anyway. Manan is a water world, which you may have noticed on your way down to land here, inhabited natively by a species of fish people called the Selkath. They built this city to cater to us off-worlders, and as a base of operations to export Kolto, which is the only real thing they have to trade here.
So why haven't they joined the Republic?
The Selkath think that by staying neutral, they can...
No.
Well, that. But I think... Is there anything...
No, I must go.
Of course. If you have any other questions, you should probably see Roland Wan. He's the Republic diplomat here. He's by the Republic Enclave near the visitor residences. Oh, if you don't know where that is, go north from here, then south past the port official in the first courtyard, east into the second courtyard, then north, then east again. You got that? Have a pleasant stay, Master Jedi.
Did you guys get that? Okay, I'm already feeling a little overwhelmed by this planet. Public soldier, nothing going on down there. Hi, cleaning droid. Merchant. Greetings, human, and welcome to the Ato City Visitors Provisional Stand. We're here to provide visitors with all manner of indigenous treats and products produced right here in Manan. We carry all manner of foods and provisions, and have contacts with resellers across the world to provide you, the customer, with the best shopping experience possible. How is it that the Ato City Provisional Company can help you today? Tell me about... we already learned a little bit. Let me see your inventory. Of course. Yeah, I probably want to buy their only med pack. So selling stuff. All right, I think we're good now. Just sold a bunch of stuff. Basila seems to have something on her mind. What's up, Basila?
How can I help?
I'd like to know more about you.
Yes, I suppose I can understand your curiosity, given the bond that connects us. Very well. I'll tell you a bit about myself.
Please do. Tell me how you joined the Jedi, then.
I was found to be strong with the Force at a young age, as most Padawans are. As a girl, I was given to the Order to be trained. When I joined the Order, I left my family on Tal Ravan, as all Padawans do. My family is still there, the last that I heard. I've had little contact with them, as it is discouraged.
Discouraged? Why?
Relationships with family members are fraught with powerful emotions. Such extremes are to be avoided. Anger and hate are the worst, but even love can lead to folly.
You aren't allowed to love?
Emotional entanglements can be dangerous. They can impair rational thought. They can lead to outbursts of uncontrolled emotion. A Jedi must be above such things.
You don't sound very convinced.
It can be a hard lesson to learn. I was not on good terms with all of my family, but I do remember missing my father terribly for a long time.
You and your father were close?
Very close. I was only a little girl when I left my family, but I still remember him fondly. He was kind and gentle and doted on me. My mother, however, was different. I was not on good terms with my mother. I was only a little girl when I left, but I was old enough to resent her and the way she treated my father. She pushed my father into treasure hunting. I spent all my young life on ships, traveling from one false lead to the next. She whittled away my father's entire fortune, and I hated her for it. I think she was relieved to give me to the Jedi, but my father was heartbroken.
You never tried to get in touch with your father again?
A child is too young to understand the sacrifices that must be made. It's better if they have no contact with their family once they're removed. Once I was older, I realized the wisdom of this policy. A Jedi must do what is needed, personal desires notwithstanding. Love can only obscure and confuse the matter.
sound very sad when you say that.
Even a Jedi cannot always control the feelings of the heart. We must do our best to guard against it, no matter what the cost. But some sacrifices are harder than others. I do not wish to discuss this anymore. I would rather return to our mission.
Yeah, that's the one thing, like, logically it makes sense why you wouldn't want Jedi having attachments to people, right? Greetings. Forgive me if this seems an odd question, Off-Worlder, but might you have any exotic species for sale? Nothing dangerous, mind you. Exotic species? What sort of exotic species? Anything non-sentient and non-carnivorous will do, though creatures that are easy to manage are preferred. Is that understandable? Why would you want to buy animals? Ah, good question. The Selkath have little exposure to life from other planets, you see. But our government hopes to change that. We're setting up a zoological compound for visitation by the public, and are hoping to stock it with non-offensive foreign creatures of all types. The only problem right now is actually procuring the exotic species we need. Selkath import restrictions are quite prohibitive, to say the least. So you want to smuggle them in? I would not use such a harsh word, Off-Worlder. Let us say I'm interested in engaging in private trade. That's allowed, according to our laws. Finding off-worlders that deal in such trade is most difficult, however. I've become quite desperate. Might you have what I seek? I don't have anything for you. Well, if you do come across something potentially interesting, please remember me. My name is Nubasa. I hope to see you again. Okay, Nubasa. Leaving Auto City securities on cameras deactivated. Okay.
I don't have time to listen to your stories. I've got a full shipment of KOTOR ready to load before my shift is over. We've got all the proper KOTOR trading permits, so back off.
Alright, great. So, yeah, like I was saying, the, no, it takes me out. It makes sense why the Jedi have that, but at the same time, it's like, do you not want, like, how do you not care? Like, I guess even our justice system is meant to be like, you know, justice is blind. Like, there's no moral that's supposed to be at play here. And Jedi are meant to be like private Sith docking bay. Ambivalent, supposed to have ambivalent feelings towards stuff. They're supposed to just seek out the moral thing to do, even though they can't feel the morality behind it, you know? They do something, their motivations are not to feel good, but to do good just for the sake of doing good. Does that make sense? Like, if you help someone out, usually you feel good about it, right? But Jedi aren't even allowed to feel that. They're supposed to remain distant and just do good for the sake of doing good, because it's the right thing to do, not because you want to do the right thing, but because it's the right thing to do. It's weird. It's a weird concept. Like, it's not that they can't, they're not allowed to feel those feelings, you know? Jolan Affit. Yeah, what do you want? Who are you? My name is Jolan. Just a traveling Pazak player. No. 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 Okay, what is that thing? Selkath Port Official. Welcome to Manan. While you're here, I trust you will follow all the rules governing the activities of off-worlders. What are the rules exactly? The single most important law in Manan is very simple. KOTOR smuggling is punishable by death. If you're carrying any unprocessed KOTOR, you better have a permit. The other rule is also very simple. Keep the peace. Here on Manon, we maintain a careful neutrality, and we react very harshly to people who jeopardize our neutral status. Any confrontations between the Sith and Republic are dealt with swiftly and decisively. Is this understood? Well, how can you be neutral when the Sith are trying to conquer everything? The Sith respect the independence of Manon as much as the Republic does. As long as we continue to control the production of the resources valuable as Kolto, we have no need to fear any conquering fleet. Should Manon ever come under attack, we would destroy the supply of Kolto and vanish beneath the oceans of our world. Even the Sith are not willing to risk the loss of a commodity as valuable as Kolto. You seem to have it all worked out. There is a docking fee of 100 credits. You'll have to pay this fee each time you dock on Manon, or you will not be permitted into Ahto City. Make it 50 credits and you got a deal. The amount of the fee is legislated by the Manon Board of Trade and Tourism. I am not at liberty to haggle on this matter. Very well. The Manon Board of Trade and Tourism thanks you, Offworlder. Here's a visitor guide and map to the city. Refer to it should you have any questions. The gates of Ahto City are now open to you. You may come and go as you please, so long as you do not leave the planet. If you do, you will have to pay the docking fee once more. Okay, good to know.
Obey the laws here on Manon, human.
Okay there. 1950s droid. Wow, look at this place. Bro, look at those skies. Look at that skybox. Look at the water. It's like being on a boat that doesn't move. Like, these kind of views are beautiful, yet creepy at the same time. Can you imagine if, like, fucking some huge monster just came out of the water? Like Godzilla style or something? It's fucking scary, man. Some terrifying shit. Does this guy have a name? No, he does not. Okay, do we want to go left or right? What does this say? To Ahto City East Central. Kolto Distribution Center. Oh, the Sith again. And Republic. Selkath Coordinator. I cannot sell you Kolto unless you show me your purchase permit. Where can I get a purchase permit? One does not simply get a purchase permit. Such permits are brokered between intergalactic governments and the Ahto City Export Authority. We do not sell unrefined Kolto by the handful. We sell it by the ton. Go to a store if you wish to purchase Kolto for personal use. Sure. Good, I'm far too busy to converse with the likes of you. Wow, asshole much? Alright, since we're here, let's go this way. Zaves Kotyat. I think these Selkath are pretty cool looking aliens. Laura.
I was told that you're a friend of Jolie Bindo, and that Jolie has returned to the sector. Please, I must speak to him. It's very urgent.
Who are you?
My name is Elora. My husband, Sunry, and Jolie are old friends. Now Sunry needs Jolie's help.
Alright, I'll tell Jolie immediately.
Please, I beg you to bring Jolie to speak to me about my husband. Sunry's life depends on it.
Okay, we'll get him. Okay, sorry, Karth. Actually, before I get rid of him, let's see if Karth wants to talk to me at all.
Yes, what's on your mind?
Tell me why you want revenge on Saul so badly.
I already told you, he betrayed us all.
Just seems to be more personal than that is all.
Well, there is more to it. I'm sure you don't want to hear about it.
I asked, didn't I?
It's just that I don't talk about it very much, okay? I told you about my homeworld, Telos. 4 years ago, Saul led the Sith fleet there and demanded its surrender. The planet refused, and Saul proceeded to devastate its entire surface. Millions died. I had a a wife and a son on Telos. I thought they would be safe there, but my task force arrived too late to be of much help. We didn't have enough medical supplies. The colony was burning and the dying were everywhere. I remember holding my wife and screaming for the medics, but they didn't come in time.
It's terrible. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Of course not. How could you? I had nothing left after that, really. I devoted myself to the fleet. Hunting Saul was my only purpose. I miss them. And I know killing Saul won't bring them back. And it won't make me happy again, but I have to do it. I don't expect you to understand, but I have to pay him back for what he's done. I have to. It's all I have left.
What was she like, your wife?
She had courage, and she was stubborn. Could never talk her out of anything once she put her mind to it. And she hated it when I signed back onto the fleet at the start of the war. Now, I had planned on leaving soon to join her.
So what happened to your son? You didn't say.
His name was Dustle, and I don't know what happened to him. The colony was a complete ruin, and we never found any trace of him. I made inquiries and followed the reports from Telos for years, but I stopped. Anyway, I hope that answers your questions. Let's continue with what we were doing.
Alright, cool. Yeah, so let's remove Karth. And let's add Jolie.
Jolie, it is you. I need your help.
Laura, of all the people, how did you even know I'd left Kashyyyk?
I didn't. Nobody knew where you were, not even Sunry. But I heard the Selkath mention you and your friends. The Force has brought you to help us.
Why? Whatever could be the matter, my dear?
It's horrible, Jolie. Sunry has been arrested. The Sith have accused him of murder.
Murder? But how?
It's all a mistake, Jolie. Sunry isn't a murderer. Someone is trying to frame him.
Calm down, Alora. Where's Sunry now?
Sunry's being held at the Selkath courts. They won't let anyone in to see him. Please, go to the courts. Talk to the judges. Maybe the Selkath will listen to you.
Don't worry, Alora. We'll get to the bottom of this and help Sunry. Somehow.
Okay, I guess we're helping Sunry. Public negotiator, and let me get this.
Do we have a deal?
Oh.
That's an awful lot of money. Is there something you're not telling me?
Don't be so suspicious. The Republic is generous. We pay our mercenaries well.
Makes sense, I guess. All right, I'm in. When do I start?
Just show up at the Republic Embassy tomorrow and speak to our representative there. I'm sure he'll have some task he wants you to start on right away.
What's up, bruv?
Mind? I'm in the middle of a Republic recruiting drive right now. I need to hire these mercenaries before they sign up with the Sith.
Why are you hiring mercenaries?
In case you haven't noticed, there's a war on. If we don't hire these mercs, the Sith will. Now, excuse me. I have to continue my recruitments.
Okay, wow, sorry. Oh, I can go down there as well. No, we'll go back down there afterwards.
The Republic respects the peace of Otto City, Your Honor. But the Sith are a violent people who leave violence in their wake. I have 3 soldiers in the infirmary.
If the Republic's soldiers were more capable, they would not have suffered such serious injuries. Are my soldiers to be punished simply because they won a fair fight?
I hardly call 6 against 3 a fair fight. The Sith are cowards who attack only when they have the advantage of numbers.
I'm aware of the Republic's indignation. However, witness reports clearly state your Republic soldiers were as willing to engage in violence as a Sith in this case.
They were provoked, Your Honor. The Sith goaded them into this fight.
Taunts and threats are not sufficient provocation in the eyes of this court. Words can be ignored, which is what your men should have done. I find both the Republic and the Sith to be equally at fault for this breach of the peace. I should throw all parties involved into the Otto City jail. But since no Selkath were harmed in this conflict, I will show mercy and levy a fine of 10,000 credits to both sides. The court is dismissed. though I warn you that further disturbances will not be viewed with such leniency. Okay, interesting. Judge Shelkar. I'm Judge Shelkar, acting on behalf of the Selkath government of Manan. It's my task today to answer the needs of off-world citizens of both the Republic and the Sith Empire. If you have legitimate grievances with another party, then you should speak to me. You should first, however, consult with the Republic Embassy before pressing formal charges. Is there something you wish to bring to my attention? How did you know I was from the Republic? Your ship registry is originally from the Republic world of Tyransil. Therefore, you are a public citizen. Or are you saying you stole your ship? No, perfectly legitimate. I see. Is there more you need? Is there a star map on this world? A star map? Not precisely. But Manan holds many wonders and exciting locals and treasures. KOTOR not the least of them. Our many shops and boulevards cater to the whim of any species and provide a vibrant nightlife that is to be seen to be believed. This and other tourist paraphernalia can be had from your local embassy. So don't waste my time with it. Okay, I'd like to investigate the murder case involving Sunri. This is acceptable, I believe. In Manan legal tradition, the defendant can have an arbiter who tries and proves his innocence in court. The arbiter is a neutral party that can investigate and present evidence in trial, and argue on the defendant's behalf. As you are a Jedi, I believe you could fulfill this role adequately.
I suppose your Sunri's only hope. We have to at least try to help him.
So be it. You are now appointed arbiter in the case of Sunri versus the Sith Empire. Your name and position have been recorded in our files. I will now inform you of the pertinent facts in this case. You have a limited amount of time in which to investigate and organize the defense of your client, and I advise you use it wisely. Sunri was seen leaving a hotel, leaving behind a dead Sith woman, Elasa Huros. He has been charged with murder and is being held in the Ahto City prison facilities. Due to his crippled status, he is being kept in a solitary holding cell. Oh fuck, I skipped over something. Elasa was found dead of a blaster wound with an incriminating Republic metal clutch in her hand. This information has been uploaded to your datapad. It will be wise to review all info before the trial starts. You may question Sunri or the witnesses. The evidence in this case is heavily stacked against Mr. Sunri. I believe it will take some doing to absolve him of guilt.
Yes, but it almost seems too heavily stacked, doesn't it? Very suspicious.
You may now interview the judges here, including myself, to get an idea of the pertinent factors in this case. Since this is also your first case, and you are an off-worlder, I feel compelled to add good luck as my final missive. Oh man, I gotta talk to all these guys. Man, it's hard to, like, talk for them. Yeah, there was a thing I missed. I accidentally skipped over something. This one. Okay, so Sunri was seen leaving the scene of the murder after a blaster shot was heard. Sunri has noticeable crippling injuries from his past experience as a war hero against the Sith. So it's definitely him. This is testified to by the proprietor of the hotel where this occurred, Ignis. In the room that he had rented, a Sith woman, Elasa, was found dead, clutching a Republic war medal in her hand. There were two witnesses besides the hotel owner. One is Glupor, a Rodian who was staying in the next room. The other is Firith Me, a gambler who was also staying nearby. Their stories seem to corroborate Ignis's. I shall answer questions pertaining to the case, and those questions only. What do you think of Sunri? I find the idea that some half-human cripple could murder someone as obviously competent as the Sith Elasa questionable at best. A man who can barely walk killed a Sith warrior in her prime? Preposterous. But I wouldn't put it past the Republic to try and arrange such circumstances to see her dead. The Sith are much more straightforward about their intentions. Is that all? Is there anything suspicious about the case? I find it presumptuous to assume that the crippled Sunri could kill Elasa. I think there must have been another there who killed her. Perhaps one of the witnesses. I do not know the reason for the metal clutch in Elasa's hand either. But may have been that you fought them off even as she died. I think this may be the work of some Republic conspiracy, and I'm not afraid to say so. If the only means I have of hurting the Republic is through Sunry, then so be it. What do you think of the Republic and the Sith Empire? I think the Republic is an institution in sore need of change. It has gone on too long, and the Sith are the fresh wind of change blowing across the galaxy. I do not believe in the false stories of the evils of the Sith Empire. They are nothing compared to the oppression and stagnation that the Republic represents at its core. If I was given the power to decide, Manan would join with the Sith, forcing the Republic to accept the new face of the future. But sadly, it would appear that I'm wiser and more far-sighted than my immediate superiors. I'm relegated to civil judicial matters. I will judge his case, and I will find Sunry as guilty as he is charged to be.
So nice to meet an impartial judge for a change.
Yeah. Impartiality is one thing. Blindness is another entirely.
You said it, not I.
Are you finished? Yeah, for now. Do not bring frivolous topics to discuss. I deal only with trial information. Fair enough. Okay, this one is KOTOR. Ah, the Arbiter. Since you have been permitted to defend Sunry against these accusations, I shall assist how I can. What do you think of Sunry? Sunry was a great warrior in his time. He fought for the Republic against the Sith aggression and proved valorous. I have great respect for his accomplishments and find it tragic that he finds himself in his current condition. If the Republic had more individuals like him right now, I do not believe the Sith would be so great a problem for your people. Is there any other way I can assist you? Anything suspicious about the case? I find it questionable that a man with such a reputable past as Sunry would murder a Sith woman, especially not from behind. But knowing the Sith, there's probably some deception involved. They seek to do the same thing here to us. There has been much pressure by the Sith on our government, and even on the judges themselves, to deliver a guilty verdict in this case. But the letter of the law is absolute, and we will not be compromised for Sith power games. Anything else? I mean, do we really have to talk to all of them? I doubt any of them could give us any new information. As Arbiter of the Sunry murder trial, you have the authority to question me on matters pertaining to this case. I have questions about trial. Alright, what do you think of Sunry? Sunry is known to us as a hero of the Republic in your perpetual conflicts with the Sith Empire. While he may have been severely injured in the line of duty, I personally hold him in quite high regard.
Speaking of that injury, has it been taken into consideration, Your Honor?
In no way does his disability hamper him, though. Rest assured that my personal regard for Sunry will not affect my judgment. While the motion may rule your Senate, the cold hard hand of the law rules here on Manan. Anything else? Anything suspicious about the case? Yes, there is something that has been bothering me. The medal that was found clutched in the Sith's hand. I find it most odd that such a blatantly incriminating piece of evidence would be left at the scene of the crime. We have analyzed the evidence and it does not appear to be a replica, but I still have my doubts. In the midst of the crime, though, Sunry could have lost it. I've seen much more improbable things happen in my tenure to the courts.
Simply because it was real does not mean Sunry would have overlooked it being in Elas's hand.
No, that's it. When you feel you have gathered enough evidence, you may speak to the ward in charge of the prison where Sunry is being held. You will bring Sunry to us and the trial will commence. Whew. Getting dizzy from all this talking. Nalishakan. I suppose I must spend some time talking to you since you are here in official capacity. What do you need? What do you think of Sunry? Sunry was a Republic soldier, a hero even. Do you think this Republic masters would let someone so valuable go so easily? I think not. I think Sunry maintains his contacts with the Republic and seeks to escalate the situation here. Anything else? Is there anything suspicious? I find this case to be fairly straightforward. Sunry is from the Republic, Elasa from the Sith. The great empires battling now live out their conflict through their minions too. Is that all? Nope. And last one. Since you have been designated arbiter in the Sunry case, I shall answer questions that you might have. What did you think of Sunry? Sunry is a former Republic officer who is highly regarded by her people. He's admired by her people here in Manan, and even seems to maintain some sort of relations with them still. If he is as capable as some of the Republic citizens still believe him to be, he is certainly capable of actions that would result in this murder. Anything else? Well, I've often wondered, if Sunry were so innocent, why was he seen fleeing the scene of the crime? Why would he have been running if he had not committed this crime himself? Or was at least aware of what had occurred? The case seems fairly simple and obvious to me. You Republic types stick together, however, and I assume you'll go to lengths to defend him. That's it. Okay, my god, that's a lot of talking. Let's go talk to Sunry. I don't know where he is, though. Maybe he's down this way? Nilko Bois. Human, I wish to speak to you if you have the time. Yeah? Greetings, human. My name is Nilko Bois. I hope you're enjoying yourself here in Ahto City. Our floating city is beautiful, is it not? Truly a wonder to behold. You are too gracious, human. The beauty of Manan is delicate. Our ecosystem is complex and fragile, and I fear for the preservation of my planet. What are you talking about? There's a task I would ask, human. Jedi. I fear there is nowhere else I can go. What do you want me to do? Rest assured, there will be ample reward for this human. I only require information, nothing more. The Republic has been hiring mercenaries, many more than usual. As an official act of the Selkath people, this is of great concern to me. I only seek the reason for this change in Republic policy. Why'd you need me for this? I cannot trust anyone else. The Republic obviously wants to keep their secret. I've inquired often as to their purpose and been rebuffed. The Sith cannot be trusted to give me an accurate report of events. They will twist the truth so that it furthers their own goals. And the mercenaries are well aware of the high wages the Republic is paying. They would not report anything that might slow the flow of credits in their accounts. Uncover the truth behind the Republic's actions, and I will pay you 500 credits.
I doubt the Republic would be involved in anything illegal. Still, if this Selkath has concerns, we could look into it for him.
Be careful here, kid. Start poking your nose in a place it doesn't belong, and you might not like what you find.
Please, see if you can find the answers I seek. Find why the Republic is hiring so many mercenaries. Find where they are going. Find why they do not return. I'll look into it for you. Once you discover some information, please come speak to me. Believe it or not, I'm a friend of the Republic. Whatever the truth, I shall do my best to protect the Republic's interests. And those of the Selkath, of course. Kanto Yas.
I hope you're here to play some Pazak. I don't come here looking for sparkling conversation.
Then I will go now.
So clear out already.
So I think this is a bar. Bigelow.
Hey man, clear out. You're cramping my style with the ladies.
I don't think there's a single lady here.
If you're here to offer me a job, I'm not interested right now. I got so many offers I can't keep up as it is. Maybe that Iridorian skullslacker at the bar, or the Echani nerf herder cowering in the corner is available.
What do you have against Echani and the Iridonians?
Nothing. Except that the Echani are a bunch of fey dancers prancing in a battle with tiny weapons not fit for Mandalorian children. They hardly wear any armor because it slows them down when they run away. But the Echani are better than the Iridorians. Those savages keep hacking at fallen foe even after death, mutilating the corpse out of pure bloodlust. I even heard they'll turn on each other when the battle fever hits. Who wants to work with someone like that? I could pretty much name my price right now, especially since the Republic's so desperate for mercs all of a sudden.
Why is the Republic hiring so many mercenaries?
They ain't saying, but the price is sure right. Of course, I haven't heard of anyone coming back, so I'm guessing the job ain't easy.
Do you know about the murder of Elasa?
Not really. They say some Republic war hero killed her. Maybe you should check out the Republic embassy.
Don't you hate the Republic for defeating your people?
I'm a realist. It was war, after all. And even though the Republic destroyed my people, the leaders of the Armada were Revan and Malak, so I hate the Sith just as much. And with this war, there's plenty of opportunity to take bloody vengeance against both sides, and make a nice profit along the way. We Mandalorians are always practical that way, not like those bloodthirsty Iridorians or those honor-bound Ichani. Or anything else you want?
No.
So why are you telling me? If you're going, go. I don't need a status report.
Okay. Iridonian mercenary, I guess.
am not for hire. Perhaps the Mandalorian or the Ichani can help you, though they lack the stomach for certain jobs.
A mercenary who's not for hire. That's strange.
Why do you care? There are other mercenaries you can hire, though I suggest you act quickly. The Republic seems to be in desperate need of mercenaries right now. Though not so desperate they have asked for my help as of yet. They prefer the simpering, submissive type, like the Mandalorian or the Ichani.
Why is the Republic hiring so many mercenaries?
Perhaps you should ask them. The Republic prefers not to deal with my kind, though maybe they need an Iridorian to finish the job. The mercenaries they hire must be failing, as they are never heard from again. That is all I know. Is there more you wish to ask?
No.
Yes, I'm not surprised. There are few on this watery world who feel comfortable in my presence.
Greetings, human. My name is Shayless. I've heard it said that you're no friend to the Sith. Is this true? Sith are a blight upon the galaxy. Though I suspect we have little in common, human, I share your dislike of the Sith. They have brought grief to my family. I'm not a fool. I know the Sith do not represent our laws as the Republic does. Were it up to me, I would do everything in my power to aid the Republic in the war against Malak. But intergalactic politics stay in my hand. Still, I know the Sith are evil, and I fear what they will do to my people, and what they may be doing now. What are you talking about? Many of the Selkath have vanished, human. Most who have gone missing are on the cusp of adulthood. The youth who will someday lead this planet. My own daughter, Shasa, is among those who have disappeared. These disappearances coincide with the arrival of the Sith, and I cannot dismiss the connection. The Sith are up to something, human. Something sinister. I can feel it. You want me to investigate the disappearances? I'll give you 500 credits if you can uncover the fate of my daughter and the other missing Selkath youth. Not much, but all I can afford. I have no official authority in this matter, and my personal wealth is not vast. There's no one else I can turn to. The Republic agents are too closely watched by the Sith, and the Otto City authorities cannot act without proof of Sith involvement. I shall look into the disappearances. Cannot imagine where to begin the investigation, though I suspect the Sith did not act alone. Perhaps the Offworlders and the Mercenary Enclave know something. If you learn anything, report back to me at once. If you uncover the fate of my daughter and the other missing Selkath youth, I will reward you as promised. Oh, we're getting a lot of quests.
We might have a position within the Sith organization for one such as you.
Your offer is pretty good, but I've heard some nasty things about you, Sith. Is it true you bombed Taris into dust?
This is war. In war, certain distasteful acts cannot be avoided. But ask yourself this, when we win the war, would you rather be against the Sith or with us?
You make a good point. And I've never turned down a job that pays up front.
Excellent. Report to the Sith Embassy tomorrow for your assignment. I have no desire to speak to you. I know you have links to the Republic.
You hiring for the Republic or the Sith?
Neither.
Then why are you wasting my time? There's big money to be made here. I can't risk missing a job offer because I'm yapping with you.
Alright. Duan.
You're new around here, aren't you? My name's Duan. Care to buy a Sith girl a drink? That is, unless you're one of those simpering Republic soldiers.
I'm investigating the recent murder of Alasa.
What is there to investigate? Obviously, Sonri is guilty, but the Republic is doing everything they can to keep him out of a Selkath prison. But I don't really want to talk about that right now. I'm just here to have a couple of drinks and try to unwind, you know?
I hear you said they're taking interest in the Selkath youth.
We Sith are interested in a lot of things. If you're smart, you'll stay out of Sith business. But I don't really want to talk about that right now. I'm just here to have a couple of drinks and try to unwind, you know?
Okay, I'll be going.
Oh, I get it. I get a little bit wild, and you want to hold it against me. Come on, what's the matter? Afraid I'll drink you under the table? Hey, if you're not man enough to keep up, who needs you? Seems I'm not ladylike enough for some men. Well, I may be a woman, but I'm still a soldier. Barkeep, bring me another round.
Yep. Do I need to talk to these guys again?
If you're here to offer me a job, maybe...
No.
So why... If you're here, maybe...
Whoops.
So...
I am not for hire.
No.
Yes.
Okay. Let's talk to the negotiator again.
Mind? I'm in the middle of a Republic...
Why are you hiring mercenaries? Or maybe you could hire me.
I don't know if you've got what we're looking for. Jedi aren't generally suited to mercenary work. If you want, talk to Roland Wan at the Republic Embassy and see if he can find anything for you. It's north of here, just east past the first courtyard. It's just off the north end of the second courtyard. You can't miss it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to continue my recruitments.
I don't think we've saved at all. No. Enter name. Well, let's make sure I do a new slot. Yeah. Session 14. Okay. And I think that'll do it for this episode. A lot less action here than Kashyyyk, for sure. But I guess that kind of makes sense. With Manam being more neutral, it makes sense that there'll be a lot more role-playing going on, investigating, that kind of thing. I'm sure there'll be some combat sections here and there, but again, obviously not as much as Kashyyyk, for obvious reasons, I would think. But it is a beautiful city, and it is a nice little break from all the combat, although all the talking... Of course, there's got to be so many different aliens that are talking different dialects, and you gotta fucking... I mean, the text is small, which is why I'm reading it out. But, yeah, my voice is starting to get a little bit hoarse, so... As I said, I'm gonna call it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.